If your school has a community and communication module enabled, you now have a whole host of tools available to you to grow and nurture your school community and streamline all those different methods of communication that you already have. Now, the community module is built up into 3 separate sections. The first is your content. Content will sit on the main feed here and within groups. And within your school, you have the options to share all sorts of different content, ranging from polls and surveys to challenges, announcements, regular posts with images and text, as well as graphics. This content is how your school is going to share all the relevant information that your students need to see on a day-to-day basis. They've already got their phone open with the Minga app downloaded so they can access their ID, and that's how we're going to put this content in front of them. The people posting this content on your Minga might be your Minga administrators, and it might be some student leaders. You can decide at your school who has permissions to post on the main feed here and who can comment. For the most part, teachers and staff will just be digesting the content and won't need to worry about actually posting. The other area you can add content within Minga is within groups. Groups are a really effective way to direct communication just to a specific group of students, whether that's a grade, a class, a team, or a club. So if you're in charge of one of those groups, you'll have the ability to go to groups, to see all the groups that you're a member of, as well as all of the other groups in the school, and add content specifically for those students and staff that are within that group. You can see on the side here, you've got a whole bunch of options. You can add those challenges and polls, you can add posts and videos, and you can add events that are just specific for this group. So these could be weekly team meetings that are repetitive throughout the year, and these can be special events. This is a really great way of making sure that your group members know when things are upcoming, and those events will sit within the group and on their main calendar. Within the group, you can also share any information that you need all your students to have access to. You can add files and you can add specific URLs that they need to save. You can have a description of your group, and you can see here the group feed is where you will communicate with students. There are many settings available, and you can decide whether or not students are allowed to post in the groups as well, or it's just the group owner. And you can also decide whether students can comment on your posts, so you can get some dialogue backwards and forwards between the group leader and the group members. We run lots of training sessions at minga.io/events, in which we dig into each module and go into depth on how you create a group, how you manage a group, make it public, private, create those events, and really manage teams within your school. The next thing we're going to have a look at is events. Now, events can be published to the whole school, or they can be published just within a group. If they're published to the whole school, they're visible on this entire school calendar that you can view by month or week, and you can see all the events that you've got coming up. You can view the calendar, or you can view the list, and you can see everything that you have. As well as public events for the whole school, you'll also see events from those groups that you're a member of. So it's a completely personalized calendar for every student and staff member within Minga. Again, we run training sessions specifically on the creation events, so definitely come along. We'll teach you how to create and how to promote and invite guests to your events. We also have options for you to add tracking to your events. If you have the PBIS rewards and tracking module, you're enabled to check students in and out of events and capture all that data. You can also add points and rewards to events. So if someone attends an event and gets checked in, they get a reward for doing so. Minga's philosophy on a school points and reward system at high school is really based on an even playing field where students receive points for engaging in community activities, whether that's events or online communication via Minga. We're going to address this a little bit more in the next section.